Okay, I think we can start our presentation. So again, welcome. Thank you for joining the ABB company presentation within the Politecnico di Torino Career Day. The presentation will be held in English in order that everyone can understand our company introduction and what me and my colleagues are going to say in this half an hour. Let me share my screen and then we start. Just a few words about the Q&A. You have the Q&A tab, so during the whole presentation you can ask questions to me and also to my colleagues that you will know during the presentation, and then at the end we will leave 10-15 minutes to answer all your doubts. Nice to meet you. I'm Gaia and I work in the talent acquisition and talent advancement team for ABB Italy. My focus are university relations, early talents program and employer branding activities, but I work every day very close to the talent acquisition team, so I have all the useful information on this topic. We will start introducing a little bit ABB, since we are really a big global company leading technology innovation. And as you can see from this slide, ABB has been pushing the boundaries of technology for over 130 years. So we have a really long story, and this because in 1988, ABB was born from the fusion of two big industrial European companies, who were Swedish ASEA and the Swiss Brown Boveri. These two companies, ASEA and Brown Boveri, already had 100 years of experiences. So ABB gained and obtained this experience from these companies, and this is more or less the way ABB grew up during the years, mostly in Europe and in North and South America. So acquiring and having new companies that already had a link and were already established in the business and already had their clients and their experience. And so ABB brought its innovation to these companies and becoming bigger and bigger. And on the other part of the world, so in Asia and Middle East, ABB grew up building and creating new companies because of the growth of the business. But more or less now, this is the situation of ABB company now. So we are a global company with more or less 105,000 employees in the world. We are in almost 100 companies all over the world. As you can see from this slide, the distribution of the revenues is more or less similar between the part of ABB Group. We have Europe, Americas, and the region we call EMEA, which is Asia, Middle East, and Africa. So this is more or less the distribution. And so now at the moment, ABB is a leading global company in the automation and energy field. And we are leading many technologies and innovation all around the world. We have a fully decentralized business model with 21 divisions. This is due to the fact that ABB really covers different markets and very different businesses. And so we believe that every business and every division, this is the way we call different areas in ABB, every division needs to be autonomous and needs to act following its own market and its own business. So that's why we have this kind of business model in ABB. As you can see from this slide, the business is divided in 4 business areas, which are like 4 big families of business. We have electrification, motion, process automation, and robotics and discrete automation. Let me say just a few words about these businesses, because as you can see from the number of divisions we have within every business area are really diversified, and we have a great variety of products, solutions, and services we offer. So it's really we need like 2 days to explain everything about what ABB does, but we can just give you an idea or the big picture of what we do, and then thanks to our colleagues that are going to speak in the next minutes, you will know deeper about some part of the businesses. So electrification offers a wide-ranging portfolio of products, a digital solution and services, from substation to socket, enabling safe, smart and sustainable electrification. So innovation, let's say innovation for low and medium voltage. For example, we have also electrical vehicle infrastructure business, which is called now e-mobility business. We have many different products within this area, and electrification is the biggest business in ABB Italy, but we will go deeper in the next slides. Then we have process automation, offers a broad range of solutions for process and hybrid industries, including integrated automation, electrification in digital solution, control technology, softwares, and advanced services. So it's really the whole complete portfolio of products within the process automation industry and area. Then we have the motion business area, which is the largest suppliers in the world, so globally, of drives and motors. So as you can imagine, we provide customer with a wide range of motors, generators, and drives. And then we have robotics and discrete automation, where ABB is provider of solution in robotics, machine, and factory automation. So our focus is on innovation, also in this business, and this includes extensive work also on artificial intelligence. So this is more or less the distribution of business, but really there are many details that maybe you will discover further in the presentation. So let's come to ABB Italy. In this picture, you can see our headquarters in Milan, in Sesto San Giovanni. But as you can see from here, from this map, we are almost everywhere, also in Italy. We have almost 5,000 employees. Just in Italy. So ABB is really a big country in the ABB group, and we give a really big contribution to the business. We are mostly in the north and center of Italy, but we have some sites also in the south of Italy. Typical in Italy is that we have many big sites, many big locations. So, for example, in the north, we have Genova, Sesto San Giovanni, Bergamo, Dalmine. Then we have in Tuscany, Terranova, Bracciolini, and the very big site also near in Frosinone, in Lazio. So we have really many big locations, and in every location is focused on one specific division, so one specific part of the business. As I already mentioned, in ABB Italy, the biggest business area is electrification. And you will notice this fact also in the open opportunities, in the jobs opportunity, because mostly you will find opportunities in the electrification field, and the reason is that it's the biggest business in Italy. But we have anyway some opportunities and some locations focused on process automation, motion, and robotics. So if you're interested in other areas, for sure you will find opportunities, but maybe not as frequently as for the electrification field. So yeah, that's more or less ABB Italy. And another important fact or note that we can do is that we are ABB Italy, but we work with many clients all over the world. So even if we are settled in Italy, the work environment, it's really international and global, and really brings a different way of working. It happens many times to work with people all around the world, not only Italian colleagues, and so this changes a little bit the mindset and the way of working and working with clients. ABB, it's really innovation, let's say, is in ABB DNA. For example, in Switzerland and in Sweden, we have really some small towns dedicated to innovation, so to research and development teams. But also in Italy, we have a big focus on innovation. We have many R&D centers in Italy. For example, as you can see here, 1.2% of revenues were invested in research and development last year in 2020. And we registered just in Italy 17 patents. So this really gives you an idea of how much we work on that. And the main focus areas of our R&D people are electrical mobility, renewable, smart cities, energy efficiency, smart buildings, intelligent distribution, and digitalization. So we are really trying to be always one step ahead of innovation, because this is the way how innovation works. And so, and it's really the ABB value, added value, is the innovation part. So that's why it's so important that we always want to mention this fact. So now I gave you the big picture of ABB, but we have two colleagues from ABB now that will introduce themselves, so their career path, but also their business. So I leave the floor and the stage to Emanuele. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Gaia, and nice to meet you all. Yeah, if you can move to the next slide, yeah. I will introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Emanuele Tosatti. Currently, I'm a channel manager and sales support manager globally, worldwide, for one out of the 21 divisions of ABB, which is called Smart Buildings. I'm in ABB since 2003. It was not my first experience. I had several experiences, first one in Torino, and then I moved to other areas across product management, marketing management, sales management, so mostly in what is called the marketing, sales, and product management area. To explain in a nutshell what we do in my team, we are about 30 people at the moment, permanent plus some temporaries, and spread all over 15 countries and several locations in the world. And what we do in my team is making profitable sales happen. So we have a lot of subsidiaries around the world. These subsidiaries require support on the daily business in terms of having the right prices, having the right answers for our customers, having the right content, collateral, as we say, so marketing material for their customers. We take care of making the life of our colleagues around the world easier by providing what they need to explain our solutions to customers. What I like for ABB, and I always recommend, since the first time that I joined this company and I hired the first people, I think that now I hired more than 50 in these years. ABB is the perfect environment if you want to be an entrepreneur, which sounds very strange for a multinational company. But if you really want to see yourself as an entrepreneur, either because you run your startup or because you want to own your family business, well, you can do the same things when you are in, for example, in product management at ABB. You have a lot of responsibility, you have a lot of autonomy and delegation. When I was below 30 years old, I could take care of, let me say, a significant budget, and I could invest freely to deliver growth to my company. So it's a great place if you are self-driven. Now let me say something about my personal career. First of all, I owe my degree to Politecnico di Torino, so I'm very happy to be here to talk to you. I have a master's degree in nuclear engineering with honors. Now I think it's better called energy engineering or physics engineering in Politecnico. And some of my schoolmates are teaching today in Politecnico di Torino. In terms of career development, I can tell you that, well, first of all, I always got inspired by the smartest people I met. You know, basically, you grow your career because you find people that amaze you with their skills and personality, and then you want to be like they are. And that's how you choose your next step into the career you follow. A second point about career that I learned is that if you don't know exactly what you want to do, and this is very often our case in life, at least you know very well what you don't want. Okay. One thing that I didn't want in my career was to sit down 5 days a week in an office. And that was quite clearly satisfied. The third point is, and this is something that I'm often recommending also to my children, even before choosing your job, choose the life you want to live. And then once you know the life you want to live, you will also know the job you have to do in terms of what you want to afford in your life, where you want to be, how often you want to travel, how much you want to stay with your family, and so forth. So once you have a clear idea about the life you want to have, for example, if you want to cultivate your passion for playing piano or I don't know, playing football, it's easier to understand the job you would like to have. Now, let me move about to some quick information about the division where I have the pleasure to work, which is called Smart Buildings, and it's quite easy to tell you what we are doing. Well, first of all, why we are in the business? Because our purpose is to make the life of people safer, more efficient, and more comfortable. By delivering solutions for our residential buildings and commercial buildings. So the buildings where you are located in this moment are surely electrified by some smart building solution. In our division, we are about 13,000 people. We are available in more than 100 countries, and we have really a lot of manufacturing sites. So you can understand the complexity of bringing to the market products which are made internally in around 40 different sites, plus all the external products that we purchase and sell. We deliver about 1 billion items per year with an overall business of about $3 billion. The trends which are making our business quite interesting are most of us, we are moving to big towns, and urbanization means that we have to totally rethink the buildings and the way they are made, especially to make them sustainable. The second point is we are moving to electric. The need of electrification is increasing a lot due to the fact that most of the energy that we are consuming, if not all the energy we are consuming, is now electric and coming from renewable sources. And the third point is the digitalization. So the fact that we are in a totally connected world, and our devices are enabling a connected life. So what we do in practice, our main job is to make buildings into smarter buildings. So working on the existing buildings, rather than pushing for the development of new ones, making them more valuable, both as residential buildings, as industrial and office buildings. Our tenants and constructors can save a lot of money by reducing the maintenance cost, reducing the energy bill, having better facility management, which means that they can raise the price of the buildings they sell or they rent, and make the life of the people who are living in those buildings better and safer. In our division, we have 3 global product groups, as we call them. So now we go to something that you can really touch, and probably you touch every day. For example, a door entry system, when you ring the bell to your friends to visit them or your family, but also smart home solution or emergency lighting systems, which are placed all over our commercial buildings. Switches, push buttons, sockets, everything which is controlling lights, but also heating in the buildings. This is what we call a building and home automation solutions product group. The second product group we hold in our division is called energy distribution solutions. Energy distributions are installed as in the form of electrical switchboards in all our installations, and they are made to protect and distribute electricity to your plugs, to your sockets, to your electronic devices. Of course, to make them safe, we have to take care of people protection and short circuit protection, and this is the core business of this second product group. We have a third product group which focuses on producing solutions which are made expressly for the North American market, where the electrification is, of course, made with the same purpose. So you bring electrical wires around the buildings, but is made in a very different way in terms of installation standards, as many things are made in a different way in America. So that's why we have a product group which is specifically dedicated to North America, which comes from a large acquisition that ABB made a few years ago when we acquired the branch of industrial solutions from General Electric, which was at that time one of the market leaders in all the American continent for electrification. So this is it from my side, and I really look forward to hearing your questions later on. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, and let me now hand over to Luca.
Thank you very much, Emanuele. I'm Luca, and I'm part of the Robotics and Discrete Automation division. The division is made by two main business units. The first one is robotics, where ABB presents probably the largest portfolio in the market. We have a complete range of robots, from smaller one under than 20 kilos of weight, to the bigger ones that can move more than 500 kilos on the arm. And the other business unit is B&R. B&R is an acquisition of the last years, and it provides solution for automation from industrial PLC, from PLC or panels, monitors, and so on. The main purpose of our division is provide complete solution for industrialization, to make digital the plant, to make digital the installation. In the ABB Robotics image, you can also see a detail on our collaborative robots. The cobots are probably in the last year the bigger trend in the robotics market, and ABB has a very wide range of robots in terms of variety. Please go on. In this slide, I will focus on the segment. Differently from other divisions, robotics division decided 2 years ago to modify its structure and transform a product segmentation in customer segmentation, to bring the customer in the middle, in the center of our daily job. In this way, robotics divided its job in 6 main areas. The first one, the historical one, we can say, is the automotive. The second one, the tier 1. For us, tier 1 are all suppliers of automotive industry, or better, the bigger automotive suppliers in the world. In the most of the case, they are society bigger than automotive society, with a lot of factories around the world, a lot of employees, and so on. Then we have a electronic segment, very focused on electronics production, and it is set especially in Asian countries. Then a very new area that is growing up a lot is the consumer service and logistics, especially focused on logistics market and pharmaceutical and other very new markets for robotics. And the last one regarding the customer is the general industry. In general industry, we put everything is outside the other division. And we have a lot of application in general industry, from very small industry, very present in the north of Italy, in north or south of Italy. But in the last days, in the last month, we are also facing a new focus on the buildings industry. So the robots not only for industry, for big industry like automotive, but also robots who can make everything the people need. The last division is the customer service that is focused on the post-sales market. So repair, maintenance. We have also some digital services. We can monitor robots around the world from remote. And this is the main focus of customer service. In this slide, I present some of the big challenge we are facing in robotics. As already told, robotics, we can say, born in automotive industry, in a very big factory to make the production easier, faster, and with more efficiency. But now we are in a new era of robotics. You can easily find the Yumi orchestra that I present here in YouTube, where a Yumi robot, a new collaborative robot, manage, direct an orchestra in Italy with Bocelli. In Magic Queen is an installation of the last Biennale di Venezia, and here a robot prepare works on a building structure on the floor, and it represents the new era of robotics in the building industry and what the robot can do in this market. On the other side, you find GOFA. GOFA is our newer collaborative robot, and you see you can easily install this robot in your office or also in your home. You don't need safety barriers and so on because it is a cobot, so intrinsically safe, and you can easily program it with very few touch on this main control system. And finally, I put something regarding my job. This is our last product, Pixel Paint. Pixel Paint is a very innovative solution to paint automotive car or plastic parts. And with this product, you can print whatever you want on your car. So it will open a new era in the painting and in the car body industry, because you can customize as you want your product. And here we go deeper in what I do. I'm part of the Global Solution Center, Parts Paint, for the automotive OEM and Tier 1 segment. We are in Turin. We have a small office near Mirafiori due to our main customer in Italy. And we provide automotive solution. We provide painting solution for all the customer, especially in Europe and South America. Automotive solutions are made of a lot of robots. Here you can find interior painting station. So you see the robots who open the door, the robots who open the tailgate, and the robots who paint inside the car. We are also specialized in another sector, who is the tier 1 sector, plastic parts producer, especially bumpers producer. It is a very, very strong and difficult market because the efficiency is the main target. We can change the color on a robot in less than 8 seconds. And from a bumper line, we can paint around 6 bumpers for each minute of production. I didn't tell you about the production in automotive solution, but also that is very, very difficult. We can paint a car in a minute, or better, a car go out from a painting line each minute. And everything is made with a strong support from the office. We can test everything virtually with our main software, that is Robo Studio, where we can recreate a 3D model of the real station and test everything to be able to install a so complex station in less than 2 weeks. So during the standard automotive shutdown, so in August or during Christmas holiday. We can remove an old installation and install a new complete installation in less than 2 weeks. And during these 2 weeks, we can also restart the production in quality and with the number I already told you. So in a car in less than 1 minute and a bumpers in this time. Thank you. So in the last slide, I present myself. I'm Luca Oldani, as already told, and I'm in charge of the proposal and engineering team of these very, very interesting markets, that is the paint in automotive and tier 1 industry. My ABB story. I joined ABB in 2014, but I was in another division. I was in industrial automation, and I was a process engineer in our factory on the Como Lake. Very wonderful place if you like to visit it. Then I moved to robotics division, and I work for the system service department. The system service is the department who manage all upgrades on the already existing station. And finally, last year, I took the management of the proposal and engineering division, the robotics tier 1 paint department. My team, I and my team, we are the responsible to provide a technical solution, a technical development of the solution of which could satisfy the customer needs. The sales team propose us the customer needs, and we can find the perfect solution for them. Then, during the project phase, after the order acquisition, we are responsible of the technical point of view of the entire project. What means work in ABB? Work in ABB means work in a really global company where innovation and dynamism are present each day and in each activity. We work with a lot of countries. We work together with a lot of foreign colleagues. In our station, they are quite complicated. We work together with our experts from other countries. The R&D of the painting robots is in Norway. The production is in China, and the production of the paint atomizer is in Japan. We have a very strong relation with our German colleagues to propose the best automotive solution. So you can understand why I say that working in ABB means really work in a global company. And the other point is the dynamism. Before COVID, I never had once a week exactly equal the other one. I travel very much in Italy and in Europe, working on different projects, and that's something fantastic for me, because I really need to meet a customer, to meet supplier, find the best solution, and understand how to create them. 2 words on my background. I'm a mathematical engineer from the Polytechnic di Milano. And during my Master of Science thesis, I focus on hydraulic solution and the solution of a very complex hydraulic problem. In mathematical engineer, that is not a quite common faculty. We completely focus on the computational science and computational resolution of PDP or equation, differential equation. After the thesis, I find ABB, and I was really searching an international company where I can apply engineering knowledge, and where I can find global team to apply what I studied in my engineering study. And I think I finished my presentation. Gaia, I let you the last part. Thank you.
Thank you, Luca. Thank you. Okay, I'll be just very quick in order to leave you a few minutes for the questions. So just a few words on the jobs. So on the careers part, these are our pillars in order to answer the question, why should you join ABB? But also what we look for in our candidates. Sorry. So these are the 5 pillars we found out, but it's interesting to show you the pillars after our colleagues spoke, because presented their area, because you can really see every point in their presentation. So be global, challenge yourself and be a technology pioneers, refers to what Emanuele said about being an entrepreneur in ABB. Take the lead and work together. So we work in team almost every day, in team made up of different people from all over the world, and then work with a purpose, because we work really on the future and on innovation. These are the possible career paths in ABB. So we have the common staff function that are you can find in every company. So from HR, legal, finance. Then we have the typical engineering path, since we are an engineering company, let's say. So we have engineering, research and development, manufacturing, but then we have also service and marketing and sales. And also in these areas, as you have seen from this presentation, we have engineering people, so people with technical backgrounds, because we sell really deeply high technological products. And so also in selling and doing marketing, we need people that really understand the products they are selling. And then these are the different ways you can join ABB. So we have internship with thesis. So you can do your thesis, your master or bachelor thesis in our company. Since we work on project, it's really it's quite, let's say, easy to adapt your thesis to your internship. So my suggestion is always, if you are interested in an internship, even if it's not said that is dedicated to the thesis, you can ask to the HR about doing also your thesis work during the internship. Then there's the typical internship. Then we have some rotational international programs, and then we have temporary and permanent joiners. So with the temporary or permanent contracts. So this is more or less how you can join ABB, but let's see your questions. So I would like to stop the sharing. Okay. And let's see. How is possible to candidate for thesis? Okay, we have at the moment some open jobs for internship with thesis, which are under the name of Scout program, which is a dedicated ABB Italy program for internship with thesis, where apart from doing your internship, you can also join some meetings, some events, networking events, learning, training events, in order to know more about the about ABB, about engineering company, about mega trends and big topics. And so you can find the open opportunities under the name of Scout program. And we published also these opportunities in the Career Day platform. Apart from that, even if you find an internship that it's interesting for you and fits what you are looking for, you can just apply. And then when you will receive the first phone call by the human resources colleagues, you can immediately ask that you are interested also in a thesis, and then they will tell you if it's possible or not. But maybe in general, this is the way to proceed. So just apply for internship and then ask if it's possible to have the thesis, because since, as I said, since we work on projects, many times it's possible to adapt it to the thesis work. Okay, 5 questions. How could we contact the recruiters? You can just look on our careers portal and filter on the left. You have all the filters to find the best open opportunities for you, the best open jobs. And then in the when you open the job, you have at the bottom the name of the person that is following the recruitment process for that position. But anyway, my suggestion is just to browse and on our careers page, and then look for the position you prefer and then apply. So this is the best way and the way we use to start the recruitment process. It is better to apply on LinkedIn or on the ABB page for an open job position. It's the same, because the application we receive arrive all in the same, let's say, folder, in the same package. So it really doesn't change. Maybe the only small change is that if you, on our career page, maybe you find all the opportunities, because few of our opportunities are not published on LinkedIn. So this is really a small difference, but it's quite rare. Okay, maybe I have
yes, please,
a question.
please, the last 2 questions, and after we have to finish, okay?
Yeah. A question for Emanuele, maybe, which is what kind of engineers do you look? Are you looking for smart buildings or smart cities division? So yeah.
I would say there's no exception. We hire engineers from all the specializations because they can join us in the different departments. In my team, it's especially management engineering and energy engineering, but can be really any kind.
Yeah. Since we are an engineering company, we have we need really every type of engineer. It depends from the role, from the project, the clients, the product. So there are many elements to be considered. And then we have more information about rotational programs. We have 2 rotational programs. One is dedicated to staff function, so mainly to the finance area and the IT area, and which is called Global Early Talents Program. And you can find on our website all the information, and it's made up of 3 assignments, 1 in your home country and 2 assignments abroad in 2 different countries, in order to be really trained and prepared for your future in ABB. And the other program is called ABB Discovery, and you can find details on that also on our career portal, and it's more focused on business. So for example, in April, we kicked off the ABB Discovery in robotics. Now we have 2 open jobs in electrification distribution solutions. So, and it's more focused on a specific business. So the goal is that you are completely aware about what we do in a specific business area or in a specific division.
Okay, we have to finish. Thank you everyone for the participation, and okay. We can finish
Thank you,
there.
everyone. Have a good day.